Hello, everybody. I pray that you are doing well and are safe. I am out here enjoying my day, my afternoon at the lake. Decided I needed to come and get some R&R, and just wanted to come on here and encourage you all for a few moments. As most of you all know, I have been working on the foundation for my patio. And one of the hardest things I think in this process is tilling the ground. It is tiring. Takes a lot of work. Takes a lot of long hours. A lot of energy that goes into it, and it just wears you out. People who may not be able to or know how to do landscaping for yourself, it is a lot, but God is definitely showing me some things during this process. As I was tilling the ground, trying to prepare, I had already seeked out how much I needed to till the area that I wanted my patio to be on. And as I began to start tilling the ground, of course, a lot of areas in my backyard especially, there's a lot of rocks there. Some are little rocks, some are big rocks. And then I was also finding where there was debris from when they had built my home. And so I had built my home almost 7 years ago. And so some of that stuff was still underneath the ground, embedded in the ground. And so as I was tilling it up, those things were coming up. And then I had to rake the ground to move the dirt. And then I had to shovel it and put it in the wheelbarrow and then put it on the other side of the house. So doing that process repeatedly is a lot, especially when you're doing it on your own. And then there were certain areas I had to retill more than one time, because there was still, it wasn't as level with the rest of what I had already cleared out. There was still grass. There was still some of those roots that were still there that were embedded in the ground, and I had to get those up. And so during this process, during this season and time, God is dealing with us about, or at least he's dealing with me. And as I've talked to other people, I think we're all going through that same process during this season, that God is dealing with us, dealing with some traumatic experiences, that we've had, taking this in this season and this time of this pandemic, so that we can become healed and we can become whole. And it's all a part of the process and plan that he has for us after this season. So he's preparing us even now. He's tilling the ground within us. He's what I have experienced is that while I was tilling, it was causing me to use muscles that I haven't used in a long time. It was causing me to strengthen. It was causing to stretch me in areas that I haven't been stretched before. And even though it's very tiring, I lay down at night, it has been making me go to sleep. So that's a good thing. I'll get up in the morning and I'll feel tired, but I'll get up and go right back at it. And so during this process, you can't stop. You got to commit to the process. You have to finish it. You have to see it through. And have you ever gotten in a place where you started something and then you're like, what have I gotten myself into? God has never given me a vision, or he's never given me something to do, and it's been small. He gives us those desires and those things within us, especially when it lines up with his will, what he wants us to do. And I'm like, what in the world was I thinking? Like, this is way too much. But I'm halfway there. I'm determined to get it done. And we in here now. So what I want to do is just encourage you to keep going, Don't give up. Don't stop in the process. Continue to commit to it. And what God is trying to do in this season through you, you're going to be better because of it. And hey, you're not alone. I'm right there with you. So let's go.